Dang it. What's up, MS staffers? It's Friday. You know what that means. Feedback Friday. Today we're going to be talking about the changes to the raid store and some of those orbs. And so if you want to be a part of that conversation, well, you're going to have to show up on Twitch to be a part of that. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can put comments down below. That's always welcome. You'll find my Twitch links in the description while you're down there. And as to the rest of you who are here live in person, or at least in the chat, hi guys, how's it going? Yeah, we also have a defense up recording to do in the stream, and I'm pretty sneezy. Yeah, Scuba Steve, I'm pretty sneezy, man. I'm not nearly as bad as I was yesterday. Yesterday after stream, I took some more antihistamines and laid down to take a nap, and I basically slept through until today. My eyes were swollen shut at one point. My wife woke me up and she's like, "You've got to go do Mongooli's thing today." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make that." I tried, and she's like, "No, you can't even open your eyes." I'm like, I'll do it. I can make it. And she's like, "You can't even open your eyes." So that'll be happening Saturday, by the way. If you guys want to see me and Mongooli do our movie thing, it's gonna be Saturday. He did it last night with Cleaning Agent. I was super jealous because Cleaning Agent loves movies as much as I do. And he was a great fill-in. Honestly, I was like, oh man, Cleaning Agent's gonna swoop my spot on the show. But it was okay. Maybe Cleaning Agent will do it with us, I don't know. Anyway, so that was fun, and it's gonna happen on Saturday, so you can come check that out on Mongooli's channel. In the meantime, I gotta do some raids. What's up, Doolin? What's up, Anti-Valor? What's up, Strategist? What's up, Whoopshammer? What's up, Sevi Fire? What's up, Rolf Kieran? Subscribing at tier 1 for 17 months. You're freaking amazing. Thank you for that. What's up, Cleaning Agent? What's up, Scuba Steve? What's up, Ravarn? What's up, Elder? What's up, Anti-Valor? What's up, Updog? What's up, Juicy? Yes, we've got a raid push. Don't worry, Juicy. I'm going to use some cores to get all caught up. Oh, we started it good. Okay, we're in. Yes, Vendetta, I am feeling a little better. I'm still pretty sneezy, and after stream, I have to go do yard work today, so I'm gonna be a mess. But I realized why I was so bad yesterday was because at work, one of the managers went around with a weed eater and trimmed a whole swath of grass around the entire building, and I was working outside. And I didn't even think about it at the time, but it caught up with me later, and I was a big mess yesterday. Oh, are you doing Rivals? Who's all doing Rivals? I know, so it looks to me like Dorky and Tawna are doing Rivals for sure. Who else is doing Rivals? Is it Cleaning Agent and Doolam? You guys are doing Rivals as well? And Strategist is gonna give it a try? I don't have to do this one, right? We're not doing 100% push in the beta raid. Rich on Chips is thinking about doing something right now, yeah? Like, if it wasn't Rich on Chips, I'd be like, what's that all about? But because it's Rich on Chips, you already, like, he's already set the tone that it's a perverted comment, and so I know exactly what he's going for there. Like, that was probably the least perverted comment he's ever come into stream with, and it was still, because it's him, you just know it sounds dirty. Okay, yesterday, I got slapped hard on the Bifrost nodes, the Mystic nodes, man, so I'm hoping it doesn't happen. Oh, I need to go into the Envoy server and make that stupid channel. See, it's in the feedback channel. Let's hit this button. And I think I took a couple of turns here, so. You cleared up to tech. Oh, I gotta drop the music. I'm sorry, I forgot to drop the music down after that intro. There we go. Is that better on your tender ears, everybody? Mystic is the scariest node. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're the ones that are gonna get changed first. But I don't tend to have any trouble anywhere else. But man, Mystic just rocks me sometimes. No one wants to stun MLF for me today? Nobody at all, huh? Okay. This is why I have so much trouble in the Mystic lanes, is because Bifrost won't stick anything. They just get resisted. And I would say it's because their focus is crap, but we all know it's because resistance has been cranked through the roof. Let's put this over here. Tink. Come on, snap back. Oh, and it kills her too, dang it. That's all right. I've still got MLF to ping for the energy. Let's see if we can't snap Black Bolt off the field if we get lucky. Yeah, we got lucky. All right. Nice. Oh, I'm sure your Bifrost doesn't have that problem, Juicy. I bet your Bifrost is probably 200,000 bigger than mine, at least. Does he have a 3 million Bifrost? Yeah, that makes sense. That checks. I'm just gonna go with a basic here. Tickle, tickle. Just for the energy for Vol. And then let's see if we can't get rid of Spider-Man big time. Hopefully we get a lucky pull. Nope. Nope, that was not lucky at all. I don't know if this is gonna work. I doubt it. But Spider-Man big time is gonna run amok here. All right, here we go. Yeah, we'll put this. The penny orbs are trash. Okay. Why are they trash though, Herb? Like, what would you like to see differently? Just telling them that they're trash doesn't help us any. I can't pass that feedback along. I need feedback of what's wrong with it, what you would like to see in place of it. If it's just the penny shard drop rate, then that's it, I guess. $3.1 million? Good lord, Juicy. That seems excessive for Bifrost. Please don't put a Blitz character in the orb again. You save a lot of time not playing any raids. Visually, it's dumb to get a gold drop in the center and left for seemingly no reason. I have been hearing that a lot. Oh shoot, I started the next raid and I was supposed to wait. Add a red. Okay. I'll start putting this stuff in there. Stuck on you, okay. Am I a hockey guy, Rich on Chips? I enjoy going to hockey games, but I am not actually like somebody who watches hockey. I've been to several hockey games and I've always enjoyed myself at them. I probably would be a bigger hockey fan if I lived in a place where there was a hockey team, but I've never lived anywhere where there was like a professional hockey team that was a big deal. Like there was never anybody else around me. I don't know if Texas has a big hockey team or not. I would doubt it. Was thinking of playoff beard? No. I just always grow my facial hair and head hair out. Like I always change it up. Sometimes I like it long and sometimes I like it short. Thank you for the follow, Tyronius. Cool name, by the way. I like that. Bifrost is good and the rework coming will be great. What rework to Bifrost are you thinking we're gonna get? Dallas is probably the best team in the league right now. I should probably pay attention and find out more about Dallas's hockey team. Like I said, I never really watch hockey or pay any attention to it, but I just happen to have gone to several games and really enjoyed myself. I like the atmosphere. Vol only getting love on Bifrost? We'll go here. You know what? I'm pretty sure I can just throw this on auto at this point. Can we stop listening to data mines like they can't sit there for 2 years? Well, you have no idea what's happening to CC Sport? Yeah. I can enjoy soccer for the same reasons. Like, it's just constant back and forth. It's kind of entertaining, and the energy in the stadium is always top notch. You'd rather watch paint dry than soccer? I think soccer's pretty great, man. Inquiring minds want to know if the gentleman who was seen with Purple Sticky's wife was Run 7. It was definitely not me. It was definitely not me. First off, Purple Sticky's wife is not gonna be fooled twice, okay? He fooled her once, she ain't gonna be fooled again. Second, I am a one-woman kind of guy. I don't mind admiring the beauty of other females, but my wife is all there is for me. I have no interest in going anywhere near any kind of a romantic fling, flirtation, relationship, even a conversation with another woman. I just don't care for. Ask my friends. I am known for introducing myself to females in a very awkward fashion. It's like, hi, my name's Ron, I'm married to her. Like, that's how I do it. Just not interested in any kind of, like, man, I'd hate to go back to the dating game. I'm sad I missed out on swiping left or right. That whole thing, that sounds like that would have been a lot of fun. But aside from that, I do not miss dating at all. I don't want to go back to that. Cheating takes way too much effort. Who has that kind of time? No shit, man. Never, I mean, I don't know. I don't introduce people by my Twitch name, Cleaning Agent. Obviously. I don't know. I just don't ever say my real name anymore. Let's just go into this and see how it goes. Rello's showing his true colors there. I've never watched cricket, by the way, Rello. I've never watched cricket. Sorry for murdering you last night. Totes don't remember it. I don't quite understand, Sevi. Did you murder me last night? Like Red Foreman, that 70s show? God, Red's my hero, man. I didn't play Goose Goose Duck last night. I don't remember playing Goose Goose Duck last night. I'm fairly certain I was in bed all day long. Oh yes, I apologize to Sevi for murdering her because I didn't want her to think that I was doing that intentionally. Well, this is a conundrum. I went around murdering teammates on accident because I didn't understand the skill I had, the whatever. I was a serial killer and there were red and white arrows pointing where I'm supposed to go. And I didn't understand, and then somebody came by me with a red name, and so I killed them because I thought that's what the red arrow was pointing at. And I did this a couple of times before I realized that the people in red were my teammates. So, I never said I was good at GGD, guys. I never said I was good at it. Can we just basic out of here now? There's just 4 people left. How can you cheat in Goose Goose Duck? I don't know how you could possibly cheat in Goose Goose Duck. Rich on ships lies. All right, so now that I got my raids done and my for sake of a better term, alliance leader in chat is happy with my performance. Let's go to the blog and read over that real quick and double check those changes for people who missed it or don't know what's going on, or myself who's still unclear on that. We're gonna read over that real quick here. And then we'll talk about it some. Let me make this bigger, right? Let's make that bigger.
It can always be bigger.
It can always be bigger. Hey, what's up, Tulum?
What's up, buddy?
All right, so as you guys have feedback for the developers on this issue, we're going to be talking about the raid store and the new elite raid credits, and we're going to be talking about the changes to the orbs and that sort of thing. Basically, this blog, you guys have any ideas that you want to pass along to Scopely, please post them in full, tastefully, with what's wrong and what you would like to see differently. I will clip those and send those directly to the developers. This is how I get a really good idea what you guys are thinking as far as feedback goes. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can definitely leave those comments down below, and I will also include those later today. I'll go through those, or tomorrow whenever I can, and check those out. All right, so I'm just gonna read through this post real fast, and then we'll take it from the top. The open all button, they tried to fix it, it didn't fix. So we're gonna head back over here. We're gonna skip that part. We previously communicated we would see changes to the raid store this Friday. Many improvements will be made, including Green Goblin Classic, Awakened Ability Materials. Here is a detailed list of the many improvements. Nova and Black Cat Awakened Ability Materials will be sold for raid credits, 2,700 for 10 of them. Green Goblin Classic Awakened Ability Materials will be sold for Elite Raid credits, 2,400 for 5. Do we know how we get Elite Raid credits and Raid credits, Doolum?
Incursion raids.
It's all coming out of Incursion, so get yourself in a good rating alliance and get up to 2.3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about the end of season payouts? Are they going to include Elite Raid credits as well?
No, you get 4,800 from doing 2.3 every day, which is the equivalent of 1 G19 orb, or technically 2 of the Green Goblin abilities, because the Green Goblin abilities are 2,400 a pop.
So technically speaking, we could get either the Green Goblin abilities or a red orb?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. Each day. Wow.
Yep. You can get 2, yeah, with the payout, you can get two Green Goblin abilities, which is 5 per stack. But you need 200 of them for each ability, or you can get the G19 orb. And I'm sure a lot of people are sitting on a stockpile.
Crimson Raid orbs will be available to purchase with Elite Raid credits, 4,800 for 1 orb, only usable. Oh, thank you, dear. Only usable after players open any available orbs in their inventory. Oh. Oh, thanks, babe. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. I got what? I got pink hair? Cool. Adds some accent to me. She's always fussing with me. Okay. Rello hot after that scene change, trying to catch her on camera. Let's see here. 4,800 for 1 orb, only usable after players open any available orbs in their inventory. I don't get that.
So, like, if you have any built up, you have to get rid of it to be able to use the currency. It's just like when you have gold orbs, you have to open your 7 gold orbs before you can, like, core them.
Oh, is that because there's a difference in the orb or something? I don't understand that.
No, it's just because they don't want you to be able to use currency by accident. So like when you're opening blitz orbs, if you have the free blitz orbs, you can open those, and then when it switches to currency, it's like, hey, you're switching to currency. Are you sure?
Oh, okay. I see. I see. I see now. That makes sense. Okay, so it's a good thing. Green Goblin Classic, Black Cat, and Nova each get 1 slot for their awakened ability materials, so it'll look like this, except that Rello's got me on a scene change right now. Just waiting for that scene change to come back. There we go. All right, and oops. Okay. Where did I leave off? The Teal Raid Orb, Teal Elite Orb, and Teal Epic Orb will be available for purchase with raid credits. Gear tier 14, 15, 16, and 17 mini uniques and teal uniques will be added to the raid supplies shop slots. Shop quantities for stacks of gear will be set to better align with gold supplies. That's good. Raid orb prices for raid credits will be rebalanced to match new gear prices. Gear shop slots will receive the following organizational changes. Every gear tier, blue, purple, orange, and teal, now has 6 specialized shop slots. 1 for catalysts and 1 for each origin gear. Purple will have 2 rows, orange will have one row, teal has 1 row of T16 and 17. Teal has 4 rows of teal uniques added. So there's the mini uniques 1 row and the regular uniques 4 rows. There are improvements to some of the orbs as well. All 3 teal orbs will have their orb fragment cost increased from 2,000 to 20,000 and have their drop rates increased by approximately 10. It's making it so you're opening 10 at a time by opening 1 is what it's kind of doing. Slightly high, it's like a fallback plan for their open all button, I think. Slightly higher drop rate of teal catalysts in exchange for a slightly lower drop rate of teal origin gear. This is to adjust for a higher catalyst usage ratio compared to origin gear when we added gear tier 18. Teal Raid Orb has been reorganized to have a 100% chance of 2 teal uniques in the center, whereas previously it was a 20% chance of 1 teal unique in the center, so that's a big bump. Teal Elite Orb has been reorganized to have a 25% chance of T16 minis in both pillars, where previously it was a 50% chance of gear tier 16 minis in its right pillar. The result is still a 10 times drop rate, but this should increase the variety of drops given the 10x change. Some raid orbs were not showing up in the finder when trying to find gear in their side pillars. This has been fixed. Catalyst Biomutant, Mystic Skill Tech. Be ready to take advantage of these improvements on Friday, May 10th. That's today at 2 p.m. PDT. Okay, so now you guys are all caught up to speed on that. So what do you think?
One question I had.
Yeah?
One question I had about that, I just thought of, Ron, is that change to the orbs where they give you more stuff, is that their permanent answer for the open all orbs, or are we still getting the open all orbs later?
I think that they're going to try and figure out a way to do open all orbs. But in the meantime, they're doing that so that the stockpiles don't get too much bigger. So while I'm on this actual setting, on this scene, I'm going to show you guys in chat and those of you watching on YouTube later, one thing that I do when I have boatloads and boatloads of orbs that need to be opened and I just can't stand it anymore. Where is it? Where's something with a lot of orbs? With a lot of orbs. Here we go. 1,087 orange catalyst orbs, which I would never in my right mind ever waste my time opening. If you have an emulator, you can do this. Now remember, Scopely's official line on emulators is that they do not support them. Technically, I believe that it is against terms of services to even be using one, but they don't care about that, but they don't support it. And they also don't support Skript usage, which is what I'm going to show you guys right now. If you go into LD Player, you'll see on the right side of your screen this little A button, Operation Recorder, it says. I don't know why it has an A on it. It's going to bring up this window here that you can start recording a script. And it's really this simple. You just hit Start Recording, and I'm going to hit Open 10x, Confirm. Open 10x. Confirm. And then I'm gonna go to my script recorder and I'm going to hit stop. And now it has this script right down here. Oh, it's probably this script right here, right? That I made today. Yes, this is the one. You can go into the settings on it and I can loop this. So I have 90, I don't know, like 96,000 something. I could open this, I don't know what that, 96 times, right? I'm gonna write in 96. If you, I know this is, I can't make this any bigger for you guys, sorry, but I'm writing in loop 96 times, and so it'll stop after 96. I can run it at the same speed. Sometimes you might want to slow it down if your system gets a little laggy, so you could do it at like 0.8 speed, so it'll go slower. And then you save those settings, and actually, I should have cut that in half because that's gonna loop. That's gonna be twice as many times. But anyway, I can go into the screen recorder, and I can play that. And close that window, and it's gonna just keep opening these orbs for me while I go make a sandwich. And that's how you guys can start opening all your orbs when you're done playing Marvel Strike Force. You can let it run on your emulator and use this script, and it'll just sit there and open your orbs. It's basically what Scopely was doing for us, but it was built into the game, and this isn't much faster than their attempt at fixing it was. I heard that thing went slower than molasses in January. But at least this is one way you can start getting all of your orbs opened. Again, Scopely doesn't support emulators and they definitely don't support scripting, but I don't think that they're gonna have a problem with you simply using this to open all your orbs. Here, I stopped my script. All right, and that's your lesson for today. Doing the Lord's work, yeah, that's right. Showing y'all how to get those orbs opened without wasting all your precious time and blistering your thumbs.
Should make that into a separate video.
Yeah, I could, but I don't know. I don't want to push the whole script thing. They're touchy about that. With my
I wonder if you could do that in Blitz too. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. So that's how you open your orbs, and I'm kind of at odds with Scopely right now, and I don't want to give them anything that they could just delete my account for, so I'm not going to get into that any deeper than how that works. I don't think they'll have a problem with people getting rid of their orbs that way. Yes, I'm saving you from Corporal Tunnel, so that's how you do. That's on LD Player. It's my understanding that Blu-ray or BlueStacks has a similar feature that you guys can utilize to make that happen.
I realized.
So when does Corporal Tunnel turn into Captain Tunnel?
I know. I totally. As soon as I said that, I was like, "That." I majorly screwed that up.
Nice.
Oh, get it? Majorly?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you caught the
nice.
pun. I knew you'd get it up, dog. You're king of groaners, man. Let's try a sim and see if I get through this. Probably won't.
I'm not at your guys' level yet. I don't have children, so I can't be there just yet.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude,
Just
I
wait,
set my
dude.
script blitz up and then go put the kids to bed and come back an hour later, and lots of stuff is done. I mean, not the blitz. I don't script blitz. That'd be cheating. I'd never do that. I mean, I run a script to open up orbs though when I need to get orbs open. Oh, I need to go to the character poll while we're at it.
I do like the idea of just condensing the orbs. I actually really like that idea because now times 10 is like a times 100. So if you have 1,000 orbs, you hit the button 10 times and you're done.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, I can't go that way.
Which is exactly what I thought they should have done.
Oh, Unspeakable, I did the math wrong. Yeah, you're right, Unspeakable. I did the math wrong. So, yeah, you want to figure out how many times the button needs to be clicked. Do the math, figure it out. I'm trying to do it off the top of my head. And make sure you don't loop it too many times, because otherwise it'll switch currency and delete your cores. You don't want to do that. So make sure you get the amount of loops correct. If you're not sure, put it on like 20 and don't worry about it. Pathfinder had an issue running a script blitzer and deleted all of his cores out of his account. On running a script on something, and he deleted all of his cores. And so he doesn't like to do scripts anymore.
It's okay. Nothing's worse than Mobile Gamer choosing to core blitz the other day.
to Core Blitz?
Yeah, he was like 400 credits short on the web milestone, like 5 minutes before it ended. And he like off screen cored Blitz, and I told him I will never let him live that down until the day he dies or MSF dies.
Oh man, that's terrible. Yeah. I play on my S23 Plus. What's an S23 Plus?
Galaxy, I think.
Oh, a phone. Okay.
I don't know, dude. Galaxies are on like 87. iPhones are on like XLR 14.
I don't know, man. Yeah, they're like inventing symbols to put next to the names now because they can't even run the next one.
Like how they name stars nowadays.
Oh, right? Yeah. I always loved how you could buy a star. Like, that's the dumbest. Do you really think that that would ever hold, like in the future, if humans travel to another star and they're like, we claim this in the name of Super America. And they're like, oh, wait, no, John Johnson from Kentucky back in 2021 says that he owns this star. So guess we're just going to have to fly to a whole nother solar system. No, they're not going to do that. You're buying blue sky, man. You're going to get more value out of a Scopely offer than buying a fucking star.
Imagine the dude who came up with that idea and was telling his friends that. His friends probably looked at him like he had a third eye coming out of the back of his neck.
Right, now he's toasting champagne in their name. Isn't he?
Yeah. And, like, that's the equivalent of I'm selling this piece of oxygen.
Right.
The highest bidder wins. Like,
right.
Are you that dumb?
Okay, so is everybody happy with the changes to the store?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that could have been bad about it is if they didn't tell us that the GGC were going to be elite raid credits, and then like after we all blew it on Red Gear, they would tell us on like Monday, oh, GGC Awaken abilities are in there, by the way. Good thing you have nothing. But they told us ahead of time, so that was the only kind of negative I could have thought of. Yep. Yeah, I think this is great.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go for the GGC passive and what is it, the ult?
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll still have enough credits to open up a bunch of Crimson orbs.
Yep.
So I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, you need 96,000 credits for each ability for GGC.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I don't think the basic's worth it though.
So they made a change to this store, or well, the change will be implemented tonight. They're making a change to this store, and no one's losing their shit over it. Everybody's happy with this.
Oh, dude, I mean, especially for early game too, it's a great change. People trying to still get like Apocalypse, they can literally get the Gear 17 minis in here. They can get like a stack of 4 for like 2,000 regular raid currency. So they can literally unlock APOC in probably a month or 2 with good RNG. Like, not even exaggerating. You can get so much gear from this if you're in a good raid.
Here's my tinfoil hat theory though. Red Goblin or Void Knight's gonna go in the raid store.
That'll be funny.
You flush your raid currency and then put them in the raid store.
They do like to put a crunch on any currency. Like,
yeah, but now the war store isn't crunched because you don't need to use the war store for teal uniques because there's going to be teal uniques in the raid store. So now the war store can just be character shards because this was the only place you could get teal uniques other than the supply store.
Yeah.
So now you can get it in the raid store. The war currency always goes to characters now, so you have no issues there.
I'm only buying characters out of stores. That's it. That's all I'm buying. This top row here, the war store. There used to be Forge in here. Now there's nobody in here, so I'm getting a whole bunch of currency. Excuse me.
Forge is in there.
Yeah.
I have him maxed, so I don't need to spend on him anymore.
I had the issue, and I even put it in the Envoy chat, like, hey, when was the last time somebody actually looked through the raid store? Because I didn't look through it for a good 5 months. Like, I literally just didn't even scroll into the raid store because I knew there was nothing in there that I needed. So I'm glad they're making that change.
Norm says teal uniques are in the Cosmic Crucible store as well.
Okay, one slot.
Yeah,
up 4 rows. Right there. The molecular cloth. Down one more. And
why
then
do they
left.
bury in the middle? Ugh.
Yeah. So, like, 1 slot, yeah, but, like, War Store was 3 slots, and now this one's going to be, what, 3 slots, and it's 4 stacks?
Okay. So remember, guys, Feedback Friday doesn't have to be negative. If you guys have, like, something positive to show, like, if you're happy about this, say so. I'll pass it along.
Yeah, we need to give them positive reinforcement too, not just spray them with water when they jump on the fucking counter and knock the plan over. Like, we gotta tell them good job so they can keep doing it.
So explain to me again how the GGC is going to work in this store, because we don't want pitchforks coming out for this, and I want to make sure everybody understands it.
So there's going to be one dedicated slot to the GGC Awaken abilities.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be one dedicated slot to the Nova Awaken abilities, and one dedicated slot to the Black Cat ones.
And they're all going to be elite currency, right?
No, the Black Cat and the Nova are regular currency,
okay,
and just the GGC are elite currencies.
Okay.
You need
Black Cat and Nova are getting dropped from elite to regular.
From elite to
correct.
And then I assume as new legendary unlock ability comes in, GGC will move down to regular, and the newest hotness will always be the elite.
Yep,
that's the hope.
That's the hope.
Like that's presumed, but yeah. And
It
then
took 6 months for GGC to be added, so.
Okay, strategist, I'm gonna send him your message there. Thank you for that.
What up, B West?
Hello.
How are you, bud?
Doing all right.
What's up, West?
Lovely.
Are you just like far away from your microphone, or do I need to raise your volume?
No, new setup. Don't know how loud my mic is.
Oh, I got you covered on my end. You're fine. Talk at your normal level. I'll get you. I really like the old trial and Scourge format. There is some positive. Thank you, Blake. We'll put that in there.
God bless.
Yeah, we all really like the old trial and Scourge format. I recognize that they were giving characters away with that. Like, way too many stars on. Like, I'm coming in without spending on new tunes, and I'm walking away with like 6 stars on a brand new legendary character. So I get that was too lenient. Oh man, can you tell Scopely to add a $25 for 250 star brand shards?
I mean, I came up with like kind of a really positive like meeting halfway thing on that though. Like they were giving away those legendaries pretty good for the trials and stuff for people to an extent. There were a lot of people that didn't really do that good in those trials. Like there were a lot of people that just aren't that good in this game.
Right.
You know, regardless. And I think a good meeting in the middle thing that could kind of make everybody feel good would be something to the effect of you can still earn all the yellows, as you know, regardless of which, if you can complete it with your little 3-star free-to-play tunes and you can complete everything and get the score high enough to get 6 or 7 yellows, then by all means you should be able to get 6 or 7 yellows. And if they want to gate the reds to however many stars you have on those characters that they want people to spend on the characters you're taking in, you know, your Cabal or your at a time, and gate the reds that way, because free-to-play players are getting far less DPCs than people that spend money on this game. Even people that are cheap to play, people that just buy the passes, they're getting a ton of DPCs. Free-to-play players don't get a ton of DPCs. So you're still going to have that advantage over the free-to-play players for a long time before they're able to even put those reds on Old Man Logan. I mean, hell, who knows how long before they even release it so that you can buy them in store, you know?
So you're saying for characters that have dark promos, because red stars on a regular character is everybody's getting 100% of their roster in the red now. But the DPC characters are challenging to get. How would you gate that so that spenders got the DPCs and the non-spenders
the same way they're doing it now.
Well,
just gate the reds just from the Stargate, just the reds is what he's saying.
Right. Yeah. So like, let's say I'm a free-to-play player, right?
Yeah.
And I have 3-star out-of-time tunes. Then I'm only going to get a maximum of 3 red stars on my Old Man Logan. But I can get all 7 yellow stars by doing really well in the event. Depending on how well I do in the event, I might be able to get 7 real. You know, if I'm a really good player, if I'm a really patient player that is willing to take all the resets and all that, I could still get all those shards. I just wouldn't be able to get the reds because I don't have, you know, 6. And if you're a spender and you have a 6 or 7 star out of time team and Cabal team, then you get the 6 or 7 reds when you complete the event.
But isn't like a 7 yellow 0 red the equivalent of like a 4 yellow 3 red? So like it would be pretty much the exact same thing. It would just feel, quote unquote, feel better because you unlocked all the yellows.
It would feel a hell of a lot better for those players, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's just visual though. That doesn't change like stats because I don't feel like you're getting a better deal getting a 7-1 instead of a 4-4 or a 5-4 because it's going to be relatively the same stats.
You'd never get a 7-1 because none of those tunes, you're not the full out of time team. There's not a full out of time team that unlocks at 1 yellow star. There's not a full Cabal team that unlocks at 1 yellow star. So you're going to be getting at least 3 reds or 4 reds. Because the free-to-play players are still getting like 3 to 4 red or 3 to 4 yellows on their out of time and Cabal teams.
Yeah,
so
but if they give someone like me a 7-5 just because I had 5-star Iron Patriot, I think Krakens would still be pissed off because I'd be overtly happy with a 7-5 because that was the original top 50 for Horsemen.
I just think the easiest thing to do is create 1 Stargate at 7. Just 1 Stargate at 7. That way, Krakens who are buying characters all the way up out of the gate are separated from everybody else. And then you have everybody from free-to-play to Dolphin spenders who only buy up to 6 stars, all competing for everything else under that. I think that's a good, because then you're catering to your biggest spenders. They are still getting the benefit of being separated from the pack, right? They only have to compete with themselves, and everybody else gets the opportunity to compete competitively for everything else. And I think that's a fair trade. I wouldn't have been upset by that change at all.
I would go one further and put that for 6 too, for 6 stars. Do a 6-star gate and a 7-star gate, but everything under that, just leave it alone. Don't do a 5-star gate. Let everybody do every difficulty 1 through 13. Difficulty 14 is 6-star gate. Difficulty 15 is 7-star gate.
Okay.
Let them have their freedom of doing whatever they want.
At the next meeting, we'll push for 7, but we're secretly willing to fall back to 6, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
I took this
I think that would be
SC
a good
back
middle ground.
when they first made Zim farmable. This is when they first made Zim farmable. He's got 7 yellow stars, no red stars.
Well, he's also gear 15, level
That's
90. So
that's a
like,
responsible player right there.
so my big time Spider-Man is level 95, gear 18, and I think he's at 250k power. I'll tell you right now. Hold on. So if I got a 7-0, yeah, he's at 250k power, gear 18, level 95, because he has no reds on him. I mean, I feel like literally my Cabal member, my 4-4 Iron Patriot, has higher stats than him, has higher power.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you give me a 7-1 or a 7-2, that's just the illusion of feeling better. It's not actually better.
Right. I mean, I'll take the illusion over being flat out told that.
How's it going?
Worst case is we walk into the trials, you go to the highest difficulty that you purchased your way up to, and you throw it on auto, and you get the highest score with the trials. That's the worst case scenario, right? That there's absolutely no challenge unless I spent more money. Yep. If I'm finding that where I'm at as a free-to-play player, not spending on those characters, because I didn't spend on Cabal and I didn't spend on Out of Time, so I'm in the same boat as most free-to-play players, other than I buy passes and stuff. If I walk in there with my roster and I'm challenged somewhere, right? I find, wow, I can't get past this with all the Scourges on whatever difficulty it may be, then it doesn't matter. I reached a difficulty limit and it wasn't the stargating. I have a feeling that's not going to be the case, though. I think there's going to be huge ties at the top of each gate.
Yep, I think this was the easy way. Instead of making engaging content that's tuned to be hard at specific levels, this was the way to gate it instead. Because I have the same problem, that difficulty 12 is going to be an absolute cakewalk. We are going to be able to soar through those nodes, and then everybody's going to be trapped at whatever gate they're stuck at, and everybody's going to do every Scourge, and it's going to be super easy. And that just feels bad because that takes away the fun gameplay that Scourges are.
Yeah, Juicy, I told you when this thing came out it was going to be a 2-week cycle, that people would bitch about it for 2 weeks. And I think we still got about a week and 3 days left. And
get over it after they unlock Old Man Logan free to play.
I don't think they're definitely not going to change Logan's, but I think maybe next time they might at least take into the difficulty balancing. They might keep the Stargates, but they'll make it way difficult, more difficult lower down to create more play. And so I think it's important to keep the conversation going to a degree. But I'm more interested in the raid store, guys. Is everybody happy with the raid store? Is there seriously like nothing wrong with this? I can just write in that they finally made the best changes ever. I mean, when they come out, we'll see if they actually work right.
Yeah, that's kind of the big question right there, and I would imagine that probably not. I would definitely caution players the first day or two not to go in and waste all of your credits that you have. For one reason,
That's a good point, yeah.
Stuff might be broken, and B, you might see some things come out a few days later that maybe some changes that get made that you go, oh crap, if only I had waited a couple days to spend them all. You know, that's kind of the nature of the beast.
Don't listen to him. Spend everything. No hoarding, no nothing. Spend harder.
What changes do you expect to happen? The only change I expect to happen is the games are going to crash when everybody's opening their G19 orbs with their elite credits. That's what I expect to have happen.
You're not going to have that many though.
What? I have 600K.
Yeah. Have you looked at the conversion? Because I've already looked
I have 100 orbs
I
worth.
can tell you from looking at Run Screen right now, he's got about 76 or 77 orbs that he can open.
And that's really not a lot.
And Jin Kasama, you say you hate having spent tons of elite credits and now they're giving them away. That's kind of the nature of the game. When as something becomes older, it becomes cheaper or moves to a less valuable currency. I'm sorry that happened to you, but it's gotta happen. They've gotta decrease. And I mean, every store is the same. You got the highest prices at the top, and the older characters get cheaper and cheaper as you move on down. Well, this is kind of a bad example because I think 500 is the lowest they go, right? Yeah, 500.
Down to it. Yep.
Yeah, but that's just how it works, man. And that sucks because you spent a bunch, but I don't know. I'm not gonna cry over it. I think that's just how it goes.
Look at all the people that bought. Remember that the gold promotion credit calendar that people were buying for like $50 because it was like $50 for 2,000 gold promotion credits when those were still like in high demand, and then the Red Star change happened and they've been just absolutely destroying us with silver and gold promos. It's the same thing. It's just that's how it happens. If you notice, they're like, oh my God, why this is a great deal, and they're running it 4 times. It's because it's about to change. Yeah. It's about to become way more accessible. Like when they start running characters,
release those 50 shards for $5 offers, and you're like, they're gonna be farmable. Here they come. Yep. I'd never buy those ones because you think, wow, 50 shards for $5. At the time, that was such a great deal for character shards, and then like 2 weeks to a month later, they're completely farmable. I was like, nah, I'll just be patient.
Yeah, that was when we didn't know their actual like cadence because we didn't have a cadence of farmability. So that was our only indicator.
Days. Just wait 120 days and there will be 7 stars.
But yeah, I mean, and if you already spent all your elite credits, I mean, I love feeling bad for people, but dude, I can't really feel bad for you. Like, read the character kits, man. Like, there haven't been any that have been worth putting anything into. All that's the Black Cat stuff, the Nova stuff, to an extent, even the Green Goblin stuff. I mean, since Apocalypse, every single legendary awakened ability, every last one of them has been specific to their game mode that they want you to use them in, and specific to offense. None of those awakened abilities since Apocalypse has come out, not a single one of them has been just, hey, this is going to make this character good in all aspects of the game. There's nothing that Nova's awakened abilities do outside of war, offense specific, war offense. And there's nothing that Black Cat's awakened abilities do outside of arena offense specifically. So
yeah, the awakened abilities were meant to meant to make mirror matchups easier. That was the only reason they did awakened abilities, to make the mirror matchups easier. Because when Nova came out and got the awakened abilities, everybody was like, well, it's just going to be nowhere on defense, and it's not going to be fun. But if you have the awakened abilities, you win that mirror matchup. That's why it's all the offense only.
Yep.
The gold calendar has some value. It's meant for big spenders. It's not as good a value as just buying the pass. I 100% agree with a lot of the content creators on this. I think that the first $80 you spend in this game needs to be on passes. That's just the best value for your money. Hands down, no questions asked. After that, I think that gold offer isn't terrible. The weird thing is that when you get up to that spending range where you spend that kind of money on this game, you start becoming one of those people who doesn't need the gold offer. Like, you probably already have a really big roster and are accruing lots of other currencies that you no longer need to try and collect or push for, and end up getting...
Hi, hello, I was summoned. Allow me to interject. That is inherently false, because some of us do projects where Scobly can't screw us later. And Infinitely, using 95 to 100 as an example, now costing 6 million per character, that would let me finish my G16 project.
Hello.
On top of that, we don't know
What's the
what
code
the
again?
100 to 105 is going to be.
Well,
That's true. Maybe that's why the calendar's coming out, so that the big spenders can be ready for it and have a big bankroll of that. And see, that's the thing. I don't talk to a lot of Krakens, but I've heard from a few of them that gold tends to not be an issue for them. And so that offer is not meant for mild spenders. That's something for the bigger spenders, really, because it's $100 for just gold.
Yep.
You know, that's a lot. It's a decent value per dollar per amount of gold. It's pretty decent if you are with somebody who buys gold in this game.
If you're buying the 4 passes,
it's a pretty good offer.
if you're buying the 4 passes and you're only building the new characters and you're building them all to G18 level 100, you can buy pretty much every red gear in the supply store, every refresh, as long as you're not coring it, and still have enough gold to take up characters if you're buying the passes. So unless you're trying to core the store to get more red gear, or you're trying to take up a bunch of war characters because you want to be competitive in war, then you don't need to buy that offer.
Hold on.
It ain't worth it.
Hi.
You can't buy everything in the store every refresh and take up every
You hear
character.
that strategy?
I have been.
Just you
With
can't
the
do
passes, I
anything.
have been.
Get F.
No, you will run out of gold.
And
I have
Sebi
not
in
run out
chat,
of gold. So hold on. I buy
Yeah,
all
but
the.
It's like
you
4
are not
million gold.
war-centric.
It's like 4 million
You can
gold.
you say no to war.
So I buy the uniques that I need, and I buy the G19s that I need. I don't buy the origin
You're
gear
not
because there's no
buying
point to buy that.
everything.
Yes, I am. I'm buying the stuff that I need. How are you telling me what I'm doing with my gold?
You're saying you're buying everything from the store.
And then you
Everything
just admit
that-
it in your knowledge.
Yes. Are you buying nanobots? No, because no G19 character needs nanobots because no one's taking fucking Phantom X to DD7.
But
then
only
the
buying
most of us who
uniques
do
and
know it's
origin
gonna
is
come
not
along.
buying everything.
You
Okay.
have to understand, Pathfinder. Duelam only gets on like a couple times a week, dude. He doesn't get on every store refresh. So yeah, he's buying all the G19 gear he sees in the store when he gets on. But for people that actually get on every day, all the time, every day, there is no chance in hell you are getting every single freaking red gear.
You can't
with that
build
much.
the
Nope,
character
not
to
even a
max
slight
and buy
chance in
G19
Nope.
every refresh.
I'll
Absolutely
be over
not.
here if you need me.
Nope.
Like Duelam, it's not even close, bro.
So
like,
the
I'll just start
is-
recording it then. It's okay.
the sentiment is that there's a lot of people who still need gold, and so that offer's probably being picked up. Sevi says, I had over 650 million gold when level 100 dropped. I have about 100 million currently, which I reserve for new tunes, maxing them when they come out, and I've been getting gold offers. So it sounds like regardless of where you're at, gold is something that you'll probably want. Sorry, I had to jump out of that because they were just running. I'll let them work out their argument, and then I'll come back in and see what's going on in there in a second. Yeah, talk over each other more, please. It's really enjoyable. So as far as the store goes, it sounds like you guys are really happy with this. No one has any issues with these changes. We're all looking forward to it. Is there anything they could do better? I have 60 gold orbs empty on raw gold since after penny to G18. When there is a good gold deal for $100, a Whaler Kraken will buy to hoard. That's it. Can't be worse than Dorky CC raging when he screams, his microphone's clipping him. So here's a hypothetical. Would you buy a Crimson Mini Unique offer, 225 mini G19s for $100? I have no idea, Unspeakable. I don't pay attention. Probably not. I don't want to spend that kind of money. I'm here, Duelam belittling. Let us hear. Okay, I'll go back in.
Just bullets, because I'm not using those.
All
And
right,
that's it.
Once
Juicy,
back, we're dropping the conversation.
Juicy wants to hear you guys belittle him over whatever it is you guys are arguing. I gave you a little time to work through some things, but y'all were talking over one another like crazy.
Yes,
so
we're diverting it back to being civil.
all right, Nightcrawler, 1 diamond. Let's frickin' go. I want that. I want that. I think I want that.
I mean, you could always do it, and then just when you get the 7, you get the 7. It's not going to be harmful.
Yeah, I'm getting there, right? Like I'm getting pretty close to.
You got enough credits, dude. I'd do it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Run. Thank you for pushing that button. I love you.
What? What button?
That 7-star minion.
Yeah, trying to get. I'm opening up those slots, man. Once the minions are out, they don't appear again.
Somebody who
Yeah,
understands.
man.
You know what I mean, Bendy?
Yeah, it's just more slots for other characters, right?
3 diamond ultimates, baby.
3 diamond ultimates. Get him the fuck out of my store.
So I'm thinking about this because I'm only less than 100 shards away, right?
Just do it.
And what's
Come on,
a
Ed.
3 diamond cost? Do I have anybody with 3 diamonds? What's that cost?
280. 280.
280.
Yeah.
50, 110,
I'm gonna be
280, in that order.
so pissed if I buy this Nightcrawler, and on the very next rotation, it's like my Kestrel 3 diamond is there.
Run, go to your strike pass. What level are you on? Because if you haven't claimed level 52, that's 60 diamonds today.
60 diamonds. Yeah, I already did that. I think that's what put me over the mark. I think I'm gonna wait on Nightcrawler. It'll be 100 shards till I get there. I'll just.
You don't need 3
Nope.
diamond on Kestrel.
Yeah, but who doesn't want that, man?
I honestly
Yeah,
don't
but-
care for it. I genuinely don't care for it. 2's doing what I need.
Really? No.
Exactly.
I would rather
Okay.
one. I'd rather 1 diamond every non-minion, so I can start scoring, than 3 diamond to select one.
Fucking juicy.
nothing
You
extra.
don't need a 3 diamond Kestrel. You're a poor.
That is true, though. That is true, though, because if you look at it, so getting 2 diamonds on one character is more than twice as much as it costs to get 2 characters at 1 diamond, and getting 3 diamonds on one character,
You can get 5.
you can get 5 characters at 1 diamond for that.
Hey, that's almost similar to what we had for silver promotion credits for red
Crazy,
stars.
right?
Yep. Like if you're not spending a significant amount of money, like you're better off getting like 1 and 2 diamond characters, which will still, if you're playing the game right, you'll still compete with 3 diamond characters. You're just not going to be punching down every fight, which you're not going to be punching down every fight anyways. Let's be honest. So you're not going to be punching down every fight if you're not a big spender anyways. So,
Sorry, just sending my information to Scopely. It looks like that's going to be it for Feedback Friday. I need to learn how to spell consensus. Wow, that's not at all how I would have spelt it.
Consent us.
It's con and then census with a C, like the one they take
Yeah,
every few years.
like money, like cent.
Yeah. All right, let's do defense up. Let's do defense up here. I had these all ready to go.
Is a census every few years? I thought it was 10. Is it not 10?
Some of us aren't in the States and have different time frames.
Yeah.
What is it about that?
I don't know. It's different in Canada.
I don't understand how the census could ever be accurate.
We have a
Anywhere near
population
accurate.
census.
That-
We have an employment census.
When that census came around the last time, I was like looking it over. I'm like, how does this calculate anything near accurate? It was blowing my mind.
Every month there are 70,000 homes in my province that are selected to take part of the employment census, in which they will either call you or they will come to your house. And they will ask you questions such as, are you being paid for work right now? Do you have work? Are you in a union? Now, think about that for a second. So, if I pay income tax, you know I'm working. If I don't pay income tax, I'm probably unemployed and on the system. If I'm working under the table for cash at like a restaurant, do you really think I'm going to tell you I'm working?
No. Somebody's got some static on
Bendy,
the
you're
feed.
going static.
It's Bendy.
All right, I gotta go mute Bendy.
Yep.
Sorry, Bendy.
Mute him or kick him to a different channel.
Oh, he fixed it just before I tapped the button.
Oh,
That's lucky, Bendy. My finger was hovering over the button.
Sounded like the faucet was running.
What happened was the bendable straw broke.
yeah.
He had a leak.
Yeah, I walked in. I walked into a fucking mailroom.
Oh, you walked into a
If
Faraday
you ever
cage.
quit the game,
All right,
I want
so-
you to give me your turn.
Oh yeah, these Amazon packages don't run to themselves. I wish they did. Fuck.
One second. Today we are going over Solomon Zundi's defense. If I could remember that name, that'd be great. Solomon Zundi's defense. They are 37 million operating in Plat 2. 37 million Plat 2. All right.
Pretty lean roster, probably.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
And we have an uncanny team. Is that uncanny? No, that's unlimited. Unlimited team in 1. We have the Pegasus team in 2. We have Extreme-ish in 3. 4 is going to be a full Cabal team. This is a Darkhold team with Quicksilver in 6. And we have the Secret Defenders with Dormammu and Photon. No MLF. I don't think that MLF one is doing me any favors. Did I say Cabal? I'm sorry, out of time. Out of time in 4. I'm sorry, out of time in 4. And then that. Am I sharing my screen with you guys? I don't know if I shared it when I came back in.
Yes, you have a
Yeah.
right.
Okay. So, that's the full rundown of these guys.
I like that you're using that word a lot more.
What's that?
Rundown.
It's not, no pun intended. Okay, they're in Plat 2, almost 40 million TCP, like 37 million or something. What did I say? 37 million TCP in Plat 2. This just looks like an older defense, right? It looks like mine.
That's a cheap, what I would call that. I'd call that a cheap ISO budget defense because they're pretty much what they should have been when they came out, which gives you basically what you need for that room minus Phantom X, and Phantom X is Phantom X. He does what he does on the tin.
So you're saying you don't have a problem with this team in 1?
I mean, it's going to be easy to beat. It's going to be a smackdown. It's old. It's on its way out. They were arguably the worst CC team that got designed, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, weren't they supposed to be an Apex team or something?
So was Wakanda for raids, and look at how long that took. Looking at you, Game.
Great pack. That's a funny word.
I mean, after the 4th time they reworked this team shortly after their release, they weren't bad.
And then when they gave them their own specific
It's not that they're bad, it's just like the answer is there and it's going to smack it in the face no matter what.
Jumpy, if you want to jump the line on defense up, I'll be sure to send you the link to my Patreon account. I'm kidding. I don't have a Patreon account. I'm kidding.
No, just
it's
send it to your PayPal.
No, it's first come, first serve. It's just first come, first serve. But I'll double check and make sure you're on the list, buddy. I think you are.
No, Ron, you make a priority queue with PayPal and you say it costs the price of a strike pass.
Oh, good lord! I
my strike pass,
don't
you'll
care.
get number 1.
I'm just happy people send them. I'm happy that I always have like 10 or more people on the list. That always makes me feel good that I have a good long list of people to do videos for. That's all I care about. All right, so
another reminder, it's also you can do war defenses.
Yes,
and confuse run with more than 6 rooms.
I can try. I try to remind people that all the time. So you're liking this team, strategist?
There's a lot better he could put in here with a 37 million TCP roster. I don't think there's anything immediately that would be better without sacrificing from what he probably already has on offense or defense.
Okay.
Like, it's gonna get smacked either way. It's gonna do what it does, and it's a C tier.
And
We'll
we're
call it
okay
C.
with Rogue being a skirmisher right here. I know it's room 1, but wouldn't it be better to make her striker or raider? Raider for the room rules, or striker because she's a good striker.
Skirmisher does something in that room. I want to say.
I think it lays out ability block, doesn't it?
No,
Raider
Raider.
is a ability block.
Oh, Raider does it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Skirmisher lays out the ability block. Raider clears the ability block, and if Striker, if their ability block, they get 50% more damage.
I can see why you would want Rogue as a skirmisher because she does her special, then she does her ultimate, then she does the basic.
Yeah, but the special already ability blocks. The ultimate
Yeah.
stun, so it's stun ability block.
Yeah, but the ult hits everybody,
And
so
she
it
doesn't
it
live till,
gives
like,
everybody
3
ability block.
Yeah, but I mean, how often does she get that off nowadays, Doolum? When you're not controlling her?
Remember, we're talking about it.
Yeah. The question is in Plat 2, would this be okay? everybody's building towards APOC, I would guess.
Yeah, they'll MOE it, and it would be really good for quickness.
And if it pulls an MOE, I'd call that a success given the other things that MOE can hit this season.
Yeah.
Wow, so we don't want to do anything with this. Okay. All right.
Well, think about this. All right, the main characters that he needs to do stuff, Rogue and Dazzler, is they're both skirmishers, which means they don't cleanse shit. So you take a 2099 in here that goes faster than them. They're ability blocked and they're neutered. They're completely neutered. You take in new warriors, make any one of them a skirmisher. They all go before this team, and they're neutered. You know, like no matter what, this team's neutered. So with these ISOs, this is a terrible room to put them in. With these ISOs,
It's going to be bad either way because I don't think there's anything extra meta that they could put in here. In theory, that would be great.
Right.
This is where I kind of wish if you could include and the site would actually function like your roster. You see the roster side by side, that'd be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well,
but you know, Scopely needs to fix that shit, and I keep telling people.
They're working on it.
so here is some of their teams.
Oh shit! I like. Thank you for. Yo, Solomon Zundi, you good? Thank you.
Solomon the Grundy.
So
No,
this
Zundi,
is their offensive
Zundi?
roster.
I like that.
So you guys have a good idea of where they're kind of at. You can just really see we got Super Scroll and Apocalypse. We have a Cabal. We have a big Black Knight.
He's very lean. Good lord. 37 million TCP, a 3-diamond APOC.
Yeah, they're putting things where they belong.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's why I'm looking at that team and I'm like, I don't know what else you could shove in here with that TCP level because it's probably very dedicated.
Yes.
All not wide.
Okay. Yeah, I get the gist of it. All right. So I guess we'll just stay with this. It's unfortunate. I do think that they should be changing Rogue and Dazzler to maybe Raiders just so they don't get ability blocked, but I don't think that's going to change the outcome though.
It could, but it's unlikely, but it definitely could change the outcome.
What does ability block flip to? Immunity? No, that's disrupted.
It just gets cleared. It doesn't flip that.
Yeah, it just clears it.
10%.
Yeah, that's right. When it clears it, it heals it for 10%. But so I think it's just the ISO check if they want to, but it's okay. Let's look at room number 2 is this, and we did see Hive Mind on the list. I did not see I didn't see Penny on the list. Did you guys see Penny on the list?
I did not offhand, no.
I'm looking
My
at
guess
her right
is
now.
probably 60 shards to the unlock.
If you're in Plat 2 and you're running Pegasus in 2, you're doing well because a lot of people are still running Bifrost in 2 because a lot of people in Platinum and Gold sat there and watched the very first freaking Juicy video on Mobile Gamer Stream at the very first week of this season, and they think that's still like the hottest new meta of the season. So this is going to be waltzing right over a lot of people at that level.
And it keeps them with Hive on offense. And they they probably don't have Penny unlock yet, which means Spider Society isn't available to do Spider Society things.
Yeah.
Not that you can't do it with like Weaver, but you get the point.
Okay, Burnsy, the ability block does flip to regen, but in this, in the room rule says it just clears it and gives 10% healing for it. DJ Donk, I don't think you should take Ultron to level 100 before Omega Red. I think Omega Red is a way better character than Ultron.
The only reason I asked that was you guys specifically mentioned Dazzler, and she flips negatives to positives. It's not a clear, it's a flip.
With use of her ability, which if she's ability will be cleared.
Okay, and Anti-Valor says, Pegasus, if you don't have Spider Society, hold Hive Mind for offense for 2.
Yeah.
I agree.
So nice.
I think this is fine, and I think you go ahead and build up the rest of the team into the teal gear. I think the Pegasus team is really good, but everywhere you use them, they tend to go a little bit slower off the jump, except for room 2, and they need to be able to sustain a couple of hits. You can't have Rescue die. You can't have too many of them die before Rescue can start bringing them back and get the team rolling again. So I don't mind building them a little bit bigger, but I think this is fine. Let's see, Healer, Skirmisher, Raider, Striker. Yeah, I'm okay with those ISOs too. Are you guys good with all that?
The only thing that worries me out of my paranoia is the placement, because we know how Scopely placement and loading tends to work out.
Opium? I love that.
Right. So, I tend to always put Ironheart where Rescue is, and that's because that's the slot that loads last. And because I'm forever paranoid on the checks.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have Taskmaster in that slot in War, it is not a fun time.
So
that usually mostly applies to teams that have people that's summoned, and this team doesn't. This is the optimal placement right here, because you want Rescue giving the immunity to Kestrel and you want Ironheart giving the immunity to Kestrel and Rescue, and you want Darkhawk to give the offense up to Iron Man and Kestrel.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I am just forever worried, Zero, as I said before, right? Because would you expect them to mess it up?
You gotta be ready for everything. I feel you.
I hear you, Shiro.
Okay, so Shiro, what placement would you have and why? I didn't understand why you want to change this placement.
I would literally flip Rescue and Ironheart, and it's purely because of placement bugs that we've had in the past when it comes to Scopely having things.
Why would? Okay.
This is more optimal. My
Right.
paranoia is something different.
Okay.
Because we have a patch coming.
Who needs paranoia when we have money?
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
What do you think makes me spend my cash? Ho ho ho.
A good working game that's fun to play. Oh, let's tell them that. Let's put that in feedback, shall we?
Compensate me with
Feedback Friday is for things that could be realistic, not things that are out of reach. Okay.
Yeah, not a hope and a prayer. We want something they could actually do, like, you know, and build a high quality, fun game. Doesn't seem to be high on their list. Higher up there on offense, not in room 2. Right, Juicy. I think this is the best one for this. Again, we'll talk about them being moved out for Spider Society, possibly. I'm having trouble with Spider Society in 5 all the time. 2, not so much. But okay, so we'll build this a little bigger, but it's pretty good. Okay, then we have the Extreme Team, and we put Sam in here. I don't know if this works without Gambit, right?
It depends. The save counters are gonna beat this. That would beat it with Gambit and whatnot. But what Sam does right there is just adds an extra threat, because he's 120 speed. So when he gets that turn meter from Nightcrawler, I think he's around like I haven't done the math on it in a while, so this is just off the top of my head, but it's around 150-ish. So he still goes pretty quick, and then he's gonna speed everybody up. It will work. It will if they bring in a team like Masters of Evil and they stop Nightcrawler from ever going. Yeah, it fails. If they try to do a keeper counter,
3.
what's that?
This is a offense up assist room.
Yeah.
So if they try to take like a cheaper counter into this, yeah, like Sam's a good 5th on them, but he's not doing a ton that they wouldn't already do.
I do like Juicy's idea in chat about replacing. No, Juicy, you're talking replacing Sam, right? With he suggests Bishop or Jubes, but somebody who's small and will get clipped off, an X-Men preferably. And because when that X-Men dies, Forge is going to get a bunch of turn meter and take turns, and by that time, won't they all have offense up from Spot, and they'll be assisting Forge on his turns?
Should. Correct. That's correct. Sunspot gives all X-Men allies offense up on spawn, and yes, if he has like a 3,000 power Bishop that's going to die from any hit, once they kill that Bishop, his Forge is going to get 15% turn meter that he gives himself out of his own kit for Bishop dropping below 50%, and then Cyclops is going to give Forge another 100% turn meter on top of that, so he's going to run and take 2 turns.
Okay.
So then let's do a quick double check here. Run, because you have some of the roster. Let's see what's available in viewable range.
Okay, I need to just leave it up. Hold on. Juicy, or I'm sorry, Burnsy, I don't believe that Masters of Evil Echo absolutely rolls this team. I've done that myself and played it perfectly correct. Now, oops, sorry. It wasn't a Captain Falcon or Captain Sam in there, but it still got rolled pretty easily. So Masters of Evil Echo helps. Why can I not? Come on, freaking work.
Probably to pull us up sick.
All right, so we're looking for X-Men that are small. Looks like that Phoenix is level 80. That'd probably be pretty good, because that'd give you 2 X-Men that would die, in fact.
Well, why Bishop is so good is because he has that pre-taunt.
Correct.
So you have to
I'm guessing Bishop's in purple.
Because if you throw like the Phoenix in there, all they have to do is just not hit that Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bishop's not in here. That's the top end. So the bottom of the roster is Bishop's probably somewhere in lower.
Which is better.
Haven't even seen it.
Which
Yes.
is better because they'll die instantly. So Titania will take her turn. She'll kill that bishop because she has no other options. She doesn't do any kind of adjacent or AoE hits, so she's only going to hit that bishop, so she won't be damaging anybody else. Forge will hit him with that ult. All the other Cyclops, Gambit, or Cyclops, Nightcrawler, and Sunspot will all assist Forge. Then Forge will likely take another turn, doing his special and extending all of those buffs. But then Kang's going to go, and then Moonstone's going to go. I don't know if they'll have enough control after that to be able to control the match. They might.
It just depends on how low they go. Because if Nightcrawler goes, does the bamf. If Cyclops goes down, he has more turn meter, does this, does that. It can really get bad.
Okay, so I like a small X-Men. Joker says not X-23 because she's too dodgy. You want them to die. I kind of like the Phoenix off of his roster.
Yeah.
I think that provides
You want
two.
them to have 0 dodge chances.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think that's probably a good idea. Otherwise, we'll leave the team the same, and then because they are going to be assisting Forge as he takes a bunch of turns, so that's a good idea. And then, would you put this small X-Men next to Forge, or would you keep the placement the same, just replacing Cap Sam? Somebody called him Cap Falcon the other day, and now I'm always calling him Cap Falcon.
I would say keep it there because then you have a middle island going on. And then
Yeah, you can make a middle center. Yeah.
Another good thing with this too is that the turn order is naturally, like, Scopely screwed up the turn order on this to fuck everybody over and made it so Cyclops normally goes before Forge. With Forge going before Cyclops,
he's gonna get all them charges.
Yep, he's going to give him the charges. Sunspot already goes before Cyclops to make him all turn 1, so that could make Cyclops really dangerous on this team.
All right.
Yeah. I've thought about making... Oh, no, well, no, that wouldn't work.
All right, let's move on to 4, and this is the Out of Time team, which has caught me off guard. This is a relatively well-balanced team. They still have Black Knight as the biggest member. Pretty good stars on those newer characters. Like, this is a pretty big Out of Time team. I feel like maybe Solomon Zundi could be a war player or something. This is interesting. What do you guys think about Out of Time in 4? I wouldn't do this myself, but I'm kind of running out of things to put in 4 that involve Black Knight.
I feel like Out of Time Tangled
pulls
in
like a ball.
Out of Time Tangled in 5 or 3 would be better.
Okay.
Taking out CGR and Starnak.
So if we put Out of Time Tangled in 5, what would you have in 4 then, Duelam?
I mean, not Darkhold. He's probably strapped, which is why he has Darkhold. But Darkhold doesn't do terribly well in anywhere, let alone 4. Because the only person that really benefits from that is Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah, getting his ult earlier.
But I mean, even in 4, it's not terrible because then people are going to forget that he ults turn 1 in Plat. I just don't like... Out of Time's okay in 4 because a lot of times you're bringing in villains into 4 into Black Knight and then they have 25% less health, so he's pinging harder.
Yeah.
But
Time Dorm would be great.
I really liked... Yeah.
Salvation.
I've really liked Out of Time with Tangled. That team has been pretty good lately.
with how lean this roster is, though, we don't want to strap the defense. And
that's another thing that I was thinking about. It's a perfect point,
I
Gyro,
would
because like he doesn't
believe
have
it.
many characters that big. He
Correct.
doesn't.
And that's
And
going
what
to be a
else are you gonna
stumbling
use?
block room for a lot of people in Plat, probably, especially
many-
with them being at least how big they are.
So personally, I haven't used Tangled too much on offense, other than maybe like an Infinity Watch. But even then, that's pretty much the only place I've really used Tangled that often. I've noticed Tangled has kind of fallen by the wayside as an offensive team.
Yeah, they're losing juice. They have some use against Black Knights, but it's not enough. Not if they're G19 or 7-7 or even Diamond. That 29-9 just gets fucking wrecked.
I'm just saying, with where he is and how lean this is going to be,
Yeah.
every character slot really kind of counts, and leaving this as is not a terrible plan. Yeah, there's answers for it on MSF counters, but you know what? It's still decently built.
Yeah,
This
for
is,
where,
this
for
is
where
old
he's
man
at.
Logan Dip 9 ready.
Yeah, if his opponent comes up, his opponent's going to be like, that's a bigger out of time than I have. Like that's what his opponents are gonna say. That's a bigger out of time than I have by a bunch. And I don't see a way forward. I don't see what we swap this out with his roster. If we had a full roster to work with, sure, why not? We could try some different things. But we don't have that much to work with. It's a pretty lean roster.
I'm very curious what Juicy keeps saying by him having too much on offense.
Look at the rest of his teams, though. This is the only team he has. This is the only room he has where every single character.
Sorry, Zero, what was that?
This is the only room he has where every single character is geared tier 18. And if you take Starnak and freaking Ghost Rider out of this room, you're not putting them anywhere else. They're not plug and play characters that you're just going to swap in somewhere else. So it's two of his biggest characters that he's just going to lose.
Juicy, if he's got too much on offense, what are we supposed to put in place in room 4 or room 5? What's up, Flint?
What does he have in 6?
6 is the Secret Defenders with Dormammu.
4 Secret Defenders, Dorm.
So, I mean, if we were to take Out of Time and make it Out of Time Tangled in 5, we would be breaking up the Darkhold. We could put Morgan Le Fay into 6. It makes it a little bit tougher, but I'm not as excited about it as some other people were. I think it still gets beat by the New Warriors. But
if
that
you
would
put Tangled on defense, what will you have for Tangled on defense on the other side?
New Warriors?
Oh no, not Tangled, sorry. For Darkholds on the other side.
How often you see in Darkhold on defense? Now this is Plat. Could be completely different.
Too?
Could be different. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. I can't answer that. That's a genuine question. How often do you see a Darkhold in defense?
Run, do me a favor.
I like the idea of him flipping rooms 4 and 5 simply for the fact that if he's gonna put Quick Hold on defense, have that Strange ulting turn 1 creates that extra. I mean, we all know how to handle that, right? We've handled that.
It creates
But if you don't know what you're doing walking into that, though, it does create those extra threats that can make it difficult. I mean, I think he switches 4 and 5.
Okay, what about...
You could even do a Dorm hold in 4 if you want to get a Dorm ult and then have that one.
Okay, Juicy had suggested basically swapping Dormammu into here and Black Knight into here in 6.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's not bad.
Black Knight will stop a New Warrior from just going in and wrecking house.
Right. I kind of like that, but that still leaves us with this crappy Darkhold in 5 or Quick Hold.
Yeah.
Strategist, you were trying to say something. What was that?
You can put,
if you go to the last tab to the top of his roster, let's just confirm what he has at the top, rather than be like, well, it could be this. Like, let's make sure he has what we're saying.
I wonder if he has Super Scroll.
Yeah, he does. It's right there.
18 scroll. Okay.
Perfect.
Then we.
So he's got Scroll, Cabal, APOC, Hive Mind, Superior 6, all on offense. Like, he's got a lot of stuff on offense. So I don't feel like taking Tangled out is a terrible idea. Like, taking Tangled off offense. Putting that in 5, Tangled out of time, taking off CGR and Starnak. Yes, they're big, but they're not that good. And then putting in the out of time Tangled in 5, swapping the Darkhold into 4, and then leaving it at that. And then you could move over, and then I don't think the Dorm in 5 really does much, honestly. I feel like you would have to do Dorm MLF to make that worth it, but then you're losing your room 4 because he has Darkhold.
Yuletide Bringer, I think there is a way to look up their PID number on msf.gg and do that. People have shared with me the link on msf.gg to go look through their account. That's the best thing to do, but I forget how to do that.
That hasn't been working lately.
Okay, so Doom, if we're doing it your way, what was your way to suggest it? Let me see. So
take 4 and move it to 5. Take out Starnak and CGR and put in Tangled.
Hold on a second.
And that's
take
it.
4 and move it to 5.
And take out Starnak and CGR and put in Weaver in 2099. And then put 5 in 4.
So it's going to be Tangled out of time in 5.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going into 4?
His room 5. Just
and we're
Darkhold.
just sliding Quick Hold into 4. And then 6 stays the same. You like 6 just the way it is? Yeah.
Not really, but I mean, he doesn't have any other better options.
Okay, well, yeah, because we're not removing MLF. Okay. And
He
then,
doesn't have full Spider Society, does he?
no, he does not have. He doesn't have Penny yet.
Penny? Okay.
Okay, so and the other option would be we do out of time with Dorm here. We leave this the way it is, and we try Black Knight in 6 instead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then is there any other option than that? Because it looks like no matter what, we're leaving Quickhold in here someplace.
It's because he doesn't have Infinity Watch, which is most likely what would be in place of the quick hold. That's what it seems like.
You can also do, if his NA is up, you could do NA Fury. I've seen that a lot. It just gets rolled by new warriors.
I'm looking for Infinity Watch members. Here we are. Infinity Watch is level 80.
So they're in progress, technically.
I mean, if you put a low, like a 800k Infinity Watch, if you put like an 800k Infinity Watch in 5, then you could do, you know, Dorm BK in 6 or Dorm MLF in 6, and then keep the same thing in 4 with Out of Time.
Okay.
You could do that too.
All right.
You could also do Out of Time Emma in 4 to stop any warriors from going in there, or anything with Mystics, really.
All right, real quick.
But I don't know if he's using Emma on offense though.
We're rolling it back.
Number 1, we just want to do an ISO check on Rogue and Dazzler. Number 2 is really good. We could build this team up bigger. Number 3 is we want to replace Sam with a small X-Men, not 23. Probably Jubilee, Phoenix, probably Bishop for that pre-taunt where he'll die. If not, we can go with a Phoenix in there, and we'll explain the mechanics of how that's going to work in room 3. Then in room 4, we have some choices. And we could do Out of Time with Dormammu in here, moving Black Knight over to room 6. Or we could move this team to room 4 and make it a tangled Out of Time, getting rid of Starnak and the skeleton guy. And then we would... My handwriting's so sloppy, I can't read it. We'd move Quickhold into 4 and leave 6 the way it is. But if we make this Black Knight... in here we could... If we do it the other way with Out of Time and Dorm and Black Knight with New Warriors, then we could replace this with an Infinity Watch. However, it would be a 1 million Infinity Watch, which might actually be better than this, actually. Okay, I'm a little sloppy with the OR version here because we're doing 2 different things, but I think I got it. So I don't know. Does that sound like the best ideas all in one?
Yeah.
So we can go Out of Time Dorm with Black Knight, New Warriors, Secret Defender, Black Knight, New Secret Defenders, and possibly make this Infinity Watch. Or we could move Quickhold into 4, put the Out of Time Tangled into room 5, and then we could use the Quickhold into room 6. No. I'm sorry, we could leave 6 the way it is. Yeah, we're gonna leave 6 the way it is. All right. Okay, I think I got that.
Now that you figured that, can he beat his own defense?
I think so. He's got a lot on offense. The only thing we're taking off of his offense is in one case, we're taking Tangled Web and or Infinity Watch off of offense. And he's not using either of those on offense right now anyways, it doesn't look like.
Probably not.
Oh, hey, did we check to see how big the Tangled members are? Oh, yeah, we got a big
Weaver was big. Yeah.
We got a big Weaver, and we should be okay then. All right.
Yeah.
Something else I was kind of thinking too, like his room 6. Like I don't know that just adding Dorm in there stops the New Warriors. I don't think it does. I think New Warriors still walk right over.
This absolutely does not stop New Warriors. In fact, this plus MLF doesn't stop New Warriors.
So probably. I mean, it's a waste of Dorm for one, but probably take Black. It's also a big waste of Black Cat because Black Cat is like insanely valuable on offense this season. I'd probably take Black Cat out of there, and if you're insistent on wasting this here, put OG Strange in there just for that extra speed that he gives to what's her name,
Hardlight.
Miss Marble.
Hardlight.
Yeah,
Everybody else?
yeah.
Okay.
So, because like Black Cat is seriously like so valuable this season on offense. She does so many things.
If this man
Hell
has
yeah.
OG Strange built,
Fucking-
I will be baffled.
She'll
That is
steal
nice.
Black Knight charges too. She steals Black Knight charges.
If it doesn't get
Just in case
resisted.
you were wondering. Yeah, but that's in that'll be in 4 though, because she's a villain. Then she'll get it. Oh, turn 1. Very nice.
Yeah.
It's just specific circumstances.
I don't recommend that anybody put Black Knight on defense with the exception of my opponents. Or Black Cat, sorry. I don't recommend anyone put Black Cat on defense unless you're my opponent.
I was gonna say, what secret sauce you doing with Black Knight on
Yeah.
offense there, buddy? Hold on.
Black Cat.
Hold,
Black Cat.
hold on here, buddy.
All right, YouTube, you can catch the Defense Up recording right here on the same channel. We'll be right back.
This is the future.
Awesome. I haven't been recording the whole time, so I get to go to the VODs today and do that stupid download. It's gonna be
The one that takes like an hour.
Oh,
it's longer than the
dude,
actual
I seriously, I
VOD.
go to Twitch and I click download. I go into the house, like spend some time. I come back in, and the VOD will be playing like 1 minute into the VOD after like spending 15 minutes in the house waiting for it to download. Drives me nuts. So slow. I wish they just had a single button you could click on the Twitch VODs and it would just fucking download it. Why does it play the VOD and then have you manually go and select a save? Like, it's weird. It's weird how they do that. Okay.
You should just dual stream so it automatically uploads the videos to YouTube like Dorothy does.
Yeah, I know. I need to do that. That's probably something I'll start doing now that I'm gonna have a little bit more fun.
That would just save you more time in the future, you know? Just in
Yeah.
general, it would save you more time.
I don't know. I don't know how authentic I feel doing the dual stream. I feel like I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Whatever. We'll
He's not
figure it
even
out.
saying do it for views. Like, make a new VOD channel or something for yourself and just have them go route to there so you have your own archive that you can reference.
Well, I just put all the VODs on YouTube. I put them under a different playlist so people who want to find just the stream recycles can. And I put little notification tags on the thumbnails so everybody can clearly, easily discriminate between what my videos are. Because I don't want people to waste their time clicking on crap that they don't really want to watch. I know that's killing my, like, I do all this crap that throws myself under the bus on YouTube, right? Like, my biggest bread and butter video is a 3-minute video.
I mean, I'll be honest, I clicked on Black Cat tits in a bikini in a beach, so
Right?
you got me there.
That
You got me
thumbnail
there.
took me a fucking hour to make that thumbnail.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and I was like, oh man.
That was horrible trying to get it. Every time I came out with a good photo, she always had like a third arm or something. I'm like, come on. Yuletide
Hey,
bringer,
some people might be into that.
I don't hate money. I'm just not in this for the money. I tried making this a career for a couple of months and I didn't like the way it felt. I do this as a fun hobby now only. All right. I need to switch scenes. And thank you, Mr. Kennedy, for the follow. Thank you, Kings and Bagger for the follow. King Sandbagger for the follow. And Gnomes with the follow? What the fuck, Gnomes? Would you start a new account or something? I don't know. All right, hold on a second. Here we go.
Which had something going on with follows.
He wants the notoriety.
All right, I'm gonna jump out. YouTube, we're back, and we have still like 6 content creators in the voice channel, all arguing over strategy and what's the best thing to do. Chad, if you have anything left, any feedback left for Friday, anything at all, anything you want me to pass along to the developers, if it's legitimate, I will. I won't be passing any sarcasm or stupid mean comments or anything inappropriate. But if you have anything genuine, now's the time, because stream's wrapping up here pretty quick. My content is no content. Why, we let Juicy in, Steven. Juicy chooses to stay in chat rather than come into voice.
A Wild of Fame has appeared.
Uh-oh.
Run, Indy. A Wild of Fame has joined the chat.
AT Hammy, what's up, bro?
Oh, yo, hang on. So, chat, feel free to put a 1 in chat if you agree with this. We need the bobblehead mode back for Old Man Logan trials to see how big Panda Pool's head gets.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. That sounds fun, actually.
Alternatively, what about Dakin's massive Widow Peak that he has? With his
Right? I see why he's got that haircut. He's got a receding hairline bad. I'm telling you guys, though, it is a great time to be bald. Bald is sexy.
Excuse me, he's balder Steven Seagal.
People, dude, he's Nicolas Cage, man.
No, Nicolas Cage has a luscious head of hair. You shut your mouth.
Yeah, 30 years ago he did.
I think it's a great time to be bald right now. Like people who have a full head of hair are shaving their head and growing their beard out because it looks good.
Hey, can you tell my wife that? Because I'm balding, and she's like, you gotta stop that. Buy the hairspray. Buy the Rogaine foam. And I'm like, if it gets to a point, I'm shaving, and I don't care at all.
It was straight by the leader.
You signed up for the Chrome Dome.
Oh, that's what
What's up, Yuletide? You got a receding hairline or something? I kind of do, too. I kind of got a little bit going on here, like in the corners a bit. It's not bad, though.
Yeah, mine's worse than yours, and you're 14 years older than me, so...
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have, like, I'll have thinned out hair a little bit, but I think I'm gonna have a full head of hair by the time I die.
Okay, y'all are just related to leader.
So, by the way, balding hair is actually your mother's father is who you inherit your hair from as men. So take a look at your mother's father, and that'll tell you. Now, I don't know who my mother's father is. He was never around, so I couldn't tell. But once you make it past 35, if you still have a full head of hair, you're probably okay. And if not, fucking own that shit. Bald is sexy, I'm telling you.
Yeah, just make sure you get sunscreen for your head because you will burn. I've heard friends go bald and they're freshly bald. Like first time ever, they're like, I went out in the sun and their head just looks like a light bulb because it's just radiating.
What?
Especially if you put like oil on your head and try to like buff it. And then you're really cooking also.
Oh, there you go.
So I shaved my head with a 1 on my like the lowest you can get, and I didn't think anything of it at the time. And I went out on like a big bright sunny day, and my hair wasn't long enough to provide shade on my scalp, and I had like 2nd-degree burns all over the top of my head. Because I was out all day. I had sunscreen everywhere else, like my face and everything, but it was just so sensitive. And it hurts so bad. So be careful.
Get wrecked, Ron. I have enough salt and pepper in size 2 that I'm buying.
So see why Maru says that that's a myth, the mother's father thing. Is it really? Because my dad's bald as fuck, and I'm not bald at all. But he's saying that's a myth. Okay. I had a bald friend wear a trucker hat all day on a sunny day and had the outline of the mesh part of it. Yeah, I've had that too. I've done that. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Or you get just the bald circle on the back, just a little bit of that. Yeah.
That is pretty funny.
The mother's father thing isn't entirely true. Okay. Huge myth, huh? Oh, okay. Well, that got me through my 20s because my father is so bald, and I was really worried about. Back in my 20s, it wasn't cool to be bald. They had tons of like hair commercials and like wig commercials and making fun of guys that wore a toupee, all kinds of stuff. You know, nowadays, man, like people with full heads of hair are shaving, they're bicking their scalp because it's a cool look.
I'm still gonna make fun of somebody with a toupee. Just own that shit and just go for it.
Right?
Like, there's no need for a toupee. Listen, buddy, nobody wants to see a dead raccoon on the top of your head. Okay? It doesn't look good.
You gotta go for the 3-pay.
Dude, if I was like a really sexy female, I would walk up to every guy wearing a toupee and whisper in his ear, "Bald is sexier." Right? Yep. I would totally just tell every single guy and just try and get them to get toupees look so bad, and you see every single one of them.
Absolutely. And then on a windy day, their hair just flies up to the side that it's not attached to.
Dude, I swear to God, like the funniest toupee scene ever was in oh my God, Tommy Boy. That was the funny when like his hair blows back and everybody just stops and he's like, you know, he's like freaking out because his hair's all blown away. Oh man, that was the funniest. I love Tommy Boy. That was great.
can't be a part of this hateful conversation anymore. All right, people with toupees are just bald people that identify as people with hair, and you're shaming them.
Giggity.
I'm not shaming them. I'm telling them to own it. I'm telling them come out, like show what you got, man.
Yeah. Let's play some billiards.
At that point, it's all going to come to a head.
That's how Zero got banned from Twitch.
It could be worse. They could be wearing, what's it called, a merkin? Is it a merkin? That's the genital wig.
I'm sorry, what?
They make a wig for your genitals, and I think it's called a merkin, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What's the Urban Dictionary on that?
That's probably where
I'm
got
not looking
that
up Urban
definition.
Dictionary Live anymore. I don't do that anymore. That's what it's called, a merkin. Yeah, okay.
Merkin.
I've never heard of a merkin before. That's incredible.
Oh yeah, that's
Murloc
fantastic.
is- Okay.
So if there's anybody from the NWO Alliance that's not myself right now and hears that you happen to be one of our mercenaries, I apologize for the inconvenience of the word.
A merkin.
American.
Please don't leave. I love you, mercenaries.
Deadpool, you used it for burn victims. Okay, well now I feel bad about it. Like it had a legitimate use. Okay. I don't know, man. I wish that I was absolutely bald from the neck down, like from here down, completely hairless. I have no use for any of that. Just get rid of it. I'll sell it to a merkin company and they can give it to burn victims. I don't care, man. Not that anybody would want anything that comes off of my body, but still.
Run, we've seen what comes off your chest. It's called painfully slow.
That's what.
Oh my God. What a comment.
You hear that? Run's ready to donate his nipples to those in need.
Yes.
I'm not using for anything.
You get a pepperoni nipple. You get a pepperoni.
I got dimes, baby. I got dimes.
He's got the pepperoncinis, the little lunchable ones.
Oh yeah.
I don't give out that information, Emma Frost. I don't
Yes,
give out
because
that
they were
information.
delicious no matter how you had them.
No, those are terrible cold. Don't be a Satan worshiper. Those
Listen,
little,
you're allowed to be wrong.
Okay, listen, who has pizza sauce cold? Yuck.
My kids like it. I boil the noodles and they want me to just pour the jar right out of the refrigerator over their hot noodles. And I'm like, that's terrible. I'm like, I need to cook that sauce, let it simmer, add some basil leaves in there. Like, you got to touch it up a little bit, add some sausage, like mix some chunks in there. I like a good chunky marinara sauce.
You need to schedule an exorcism if they like cold sauce on their pasta, because that's disgusting.
They're kids. They like so much weird stuff.
But
it's
the
ridiculous.
Lunchables is meant to just be the Lunchables. It's fine as it is.
At least they don't put ketchup on their pasta, so at least there's some saving grace.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There is a step worse, to be fair.
So, how do you guys feel about
Just add more acidity and other things, and it's basically a pasta sauce.
What was that, Venable?
I was working at a construction site, and this really old dude was like, "Yeah, man, I don't need no microwave." He rips the label off of a Chef Boyardee, leaves that bitch on a metal plate, and that bitch is burnt in the sun for hours. And then at lunchtime, he opens it up and eats it, and it's like steamy, and I'm like,
ew.
And he's like, "Yeah, man, we don't need no refrigerator out here." He's from Alabama, of course.
I used to cook a lot of food on the engine of my truck. You put it in a metal thermos, and you set that thermos and you wedge it in between like the turbo and the motor, and it'd get up. I mean, if you put it too close to the turbo, it'd get 1,000 degrees, and you blow up your can of soup in there, and you'd be like, "Oh my God!" Like, what is this fluid? Oh, that's right, my lunch. I forgot.
You think you hit a small animal? It's just your soup that exploded.
I'm like, is this hydraulic fluid? No, it's tomato soup. Never mind.
I was knocking it until I tried it, and then I was like, if I was dead somewhere on an island and this is all I had, not bad.
You wouldn't need it. You'd be dead on the island.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's got a point there. There's a flaw in your story. Let's see. Okay. I'm sending you guys off to Reminex, who is waiting for that blog to drop, so he'll give you guys the inside information on the blog. Enjoy your Panda Pool. It seems like Panda Pool is actually working correctly. I'm looking forward to these new changes in the raid store. You guys seem happy with them too. I'm passing that feedback along to Scopely. They're always happy to get positive feedback because they say it doesn't exist among the content creators. I'd like to prove them wrong, and I didn't even lean into it on this one. This one just happened naturally, so that's cool. Enjoy your weekend. It is Friday. Tomorrow morning, I'll be on Mongoli's show. I was supposed to be there last night, but my eyes were swollen shut, and so we rescheduled for tomorrow morning. I'm going to be sure to stay indoors until that happens. So check us out there. We're going to be talking movies. Of course, there's always fun stuff happening on Friday night, except for some reason, I guess we don't do happy hour anymore. I may have to come on and just do like a makeshift happy hour because I miss that so much. Somebody needs to go hit Taco Bell with a wiffle bat.
Taco Bell?
I almost called him Taco Bell. Hit him with a wiffle bat. Wake him up a little bit.
Very brief public service announcement.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. All right.
I
Tell
love you
Rem
too,
I said
Mom.
hi, guys. I'm going to go pick up my kids. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.